Alright, hi, I'm Tegan Lukes. This is my channel. Sorry for the weird faces. I don't currently have an intro, so I guess this will be my intro. I am 21. But yeah, so this will be my first official video. I know I have some playlists on my channel right now. And currently to my one subscriber, hi, how are you? I am going to post, and hopefully down the line, come this summer, I'll get maybe an intro, or it'll be one of these BS weird minute long things. So hope you enjoy the video, and hopefully my editing's decent. Alright, so I am going to go over my everyday skincare routine, or not routine, wow, everyday makeup, that's the word. But in the video I didn't show the first layer, because, forgot. Anyway, so for the first layer, I always apply. There, Olay. Olay is complete. What is it? Daily moisturizer with sunscreen. SPF 15 and sensitive. And then so I do that on my face, rub it in real hard, and then on top of that, so after that kind of sets, dries or whatever, then I go in with the Professional. Oh Jesus Christ, that's bad lighting. I need to get better at this. Sorry, Professional by Benefit, and that just I do right here, because my sweaty spots are literally here and my nose. Sometimes I do a little bit here, but whatever. The T-zone, and then after that kind of dries, I go in with a pea size of the lotion again, and Fenty, because I got a gift card for my birthday. But I go in with Fenty, and it's 160 soft matte in the color it's on the 160 lighter side, I think, because there's two options for 160, but it's the white, because I'm not that, I'm white. I used to go in where I would do little dots, kind of here and here and here, and even my forehead, because the wind blows back, I want everything to be even. And so yeah, I'll do dots there, and I would go in with a makeup sponge, and then I went back to my old way of doing it, where I mix the lotion in with the foundation and slather it on my face, which to some people in the beauty community and things like that could lead to wrinkles and and I don't care. I find that kind of works. I mean, obviously there's sometimes streaking, so I will go in with the beauty sponge and kind of buff it out, but yeah, I bring it down here, and then push it back here. Every now and again I get it in my hair and kind of clean that up, but yeah, I try to go circular motions and then down and this, and because my nose ring, I usually do if there's stuff on my fingers, I'll push down. So that's just the face part that I do. Also, this is not filmed the same day. So as you can tell with my it's days later. So I'm gonna try to edit this to cut to the video of me actually doing my makeup. So see how this goes. Alright, so like I said in that, previous recording, I was giving the rundown of the base layer that I do. But yeah, so right now in the video you're seeing currently, I am applying just some concealer under my eyes. It's Maybelline's Cover Stick Concealer in the color Ivory because my eye bags are super dark, and this is one of the few things that is relatively close to my skin tone and will actually like cover stuff up. Yeah, like you can see I coughed. I was getting over being sick, still currently am. After I do that, I actually go in, and I do have natural freckles, but I like to accentuate them by doing, I just take like a Rimmel, or no, I'm so sorry, NYX eyeliner pencil in the shade brown. And I just kind of go in and like I add that, and just kind of like dabble that in so, you know, it's more natural looking. Obviously that's kind of like cheating, but currently I don't have a lot of sunspots. Oh, and I, you know, try to fix the visuals and get it situated. But anyway, so as I'm digging through my bag, I am gonna pull out my Kat Von D tattoo liner in the shade black. Don't at me, it's a good brand. Or at least that, you know, makeup wise, a decent, it works, and it's waterproof. And I don't trust other eyeliners at the moment. I'm still working on that. But yeah, so I'm going in and I'm doing, I guess, like a cat eye eyeliner. It's kind of been my go-to. And so as I'm like applying it, I kind of like pull the eye because I follow some wrinkle lines on my eyelid and line it up with like the edge of the corner of my eye. As you can see, sometimes when the liner gets weird, I'll like not clean the brush, but like rub the brush in my hand. So I did that, and I'm just following it along to like fade it out as it gets closer to the set, like the near my nose on my eye waterline. Again, more technical difficulties, but yeah. So it's hard to see because, you know, my hands are in the way, but I just kind of like pull that through and, you know, fix that. Just kind of neaten it up. I always fight with like how fine. I want like a super fine edge when I go in with the winged liner. So I like fight myself on that. And like, you know, hyper focus on, is this going to be perfect? Like blah, blah, blah. And so yeah, so I'm going in, you know, checking, like going in, seeing how it looks from close, and then kind of like stepping back, giving it a kind of a second opinion, sort of, seeing how that looks. And then, you know, figuring that out. While we wait, while I dig through my bag, I'm pretty sure I'm trying to find. Yeah, so I find it's like a thin round brush, and what I do is I go in and kind of like neaten up. If I go too thick near the end, I neaten up, kind of following the curve of my eye, and then like, you know, neatening up that edge. And then kind of go back in, and whatever I, you know, buff away on accident, I kind of go back in and file. And I will let you know that I put a minimal amount of cover up on that end of the soft round brush. I used to use an eyebrow brush, but I found that, yeah, you can see right here, the like tiniest bit. I get the tip like dirty. I usually too, like like you saw, instead of using like the flat part that would go for like concealing my under eye bags, I go on the edge, so it's like a little more sanitary. I do clean it, my makeup, but you know, whatever. But yeah, that is the first part. And now for the second part of the video. Oh, the camera fell, and I fixed it. Second part is basically me doing the other eye. And I was pleasantly surprised when I was doing my eyeliner for this video that I took, how quickly I get it done. Because it's one of those things where I can get done in like, do this all in 10 minutes. Or like it takes, you know, 45 minutes, a little bit of crying, a little bit of, you know, zhuzh to get everything done. Yeah. Seal of approval. Took the quickest amount of time. Yeah, me praying that the other eye goes just as well as this one, which passed me, went pretty good. But yeah, so I shake up the pen, say a little prayer, and then go in, kind of follow the same thing. You can see a little bit better this time how I like follow the crease when I pull my eye, I like follow this crease wrinkle in my eyeball. And yeah, I just kind of go in, fix that, you know, compare the two sides, thicken one side up if it needs to be thickened, thin the other with concealer if it needs to be, match how far out it is, stuff like that. Just eyeball it, because I do notice one of my eyelids kind of droops a little bit more than the other. Yeah, and then like you're seeing here, and a little bit better than the other eye is me cleaning up, like buffing out the cover up. It's more of like a very thick layer I'll do with that brush, just to kind of like finalize it, and then kind of go in, and where the cover up isn't covered, you know, it turns into almost a stencil, from, if that makes sense. And so yeah, again, I futz with the edge. I messed up, took a little bit too much off. Can't really tell because it's not super close, but like, you know, that one like quarter of an inch you accidentally like gouge out. Yeah, so it's me fixing that, going over some of the cover up, because I also sometimes will cover up what shouldn't get covered up. And again, like I said earlier, I kind of bring it in and like fade it the closer it gets to the inner part of my eye. Yep, me double checking that it's even, at least like fine lined as best as possible. Yeah, and then, you know, clean it up, line that up, and then kind of brush away. You'll see, you can kind of see the little bit of that faded like pulling from the product. I usually go in and kind of like buff that out. Sometimes I'll remove it with a Q-tip. Sometimes I just buff it out. Doesn't matter. So yeah, I'll be doing that. And just kind of, sometimes, especially when I'm running out, if you can't tell, it gets a little crusty. You know, it starts drying on its own. And I'll futz on this for like too long. So yeah, so after I do that, I take like a thicker round brush and, you know, buff out the cover up or concealer so it doesn't look, that's the word I was looking for. I buff out the concealer so it's not like, ooh, you clearly used cover up. Also too, I find that it helps with, you can kind of see some of the veins on my eyelid, and I'm not a huge fan of that. So I sort of use that to buff out for, you know, even coverage. And then again, I will go through and fine tip the wings after, you know, 800 times. Drinking game. Count how many times I do that. Yeah, then me showing off how proud I am. And then, so after I do that, I'm going to go in with my Q-tip, where I just kind of pull some of the cotton off so it's a little bit thinner. And, you know, part C of buffing out and cleaning up the eyeliner. And yeah, again, sometimes I will take out a chunk because, you know, nobody's perfect when it comes to putting on winged liner. So, you know, I'll go back in, fix that up, pray it doesn't get messed up and have to repeat, you know, the next couple of steps over and over again forever. Then I go in, after I've done that, I go in with my broken, I think it's CoverGirl. And it is their Clean Professional Loose Powder in color 110. Yeah, I dropped it while I was like tapping out that. I find I get a little bit more bang for my buck with the loose powder, and I kind of buff it in with my powder brush. If that's the right terminology. And I just kind of, you know, blend it out. A light dusting. And I follow jawline, kind of wrote, you know, circular patterns. And tap, tap, tap. And, you know, as you can see, I bring it up to the forehead because God knows wind is not my friend. And it'll push my bangs out of the way. And expose the forehead that hasn't been exposed in 5 years now. Ooh, cursed image. Haha. And then, yeah, fix the bangs, make it look hot, put the lid on, put that in my makeup bag. And then I am going to go in with, and we're waiting, and we're waiting, and we're waiting. Check the eyeliner. And we're waiting. Come on, Castigan. What are you doing? Alright, yeah. So I go in first with Maybelline New York's Lash Sensational Full Fan Effect in the color black. Not waterproof, because I don't have the makeup remover for that. But yeah, I go in and kind of like quick motions along, like starting from the edge and working my way to the inner part of the eye. And I will also like lightly pull, as you saw, like lightly pull the eyelid up to kind of like help it with separating the lashes, so like everything kind of gets an even coat. And yeah, I'll repeat that on the other eye, kind of tilting my head at an angle to see kind of how the brow, just to see how like the lashes sort of look as I'm applying it. I find that like looking straight on, you can't see just like how clumpy and stuff it looks. So I usually go at an angle like to the mirror, just to kind of make sure everything's getting as much coverage as I can. Then yeah, I do those bottom lashes, and as I do that, I pray that I don't get any on my skin and only get it on the lash, because, you know, don't want to screw that up, just because the cleanup of that is a pain in the butt. So yeah, so I'll do that, looking down, making weird faces, cleaning up my brush, realizing I need new mascara because this is getting close to the expiration date, and just keep applying until they're somewhat noticeable and not super like invisible. You know, as we finish that, kind of like looking at that, seeing how that looks, going back and forth between the two, you know, scratching off whatever gets stuck on my nose from the wand being covered in it, and like applying, because I find sometimes it's fun to apply a little bit of the like as it dries, kind of like reapply to thicken it up, not to like get crusty spider leg looking eyelashes. Don't get me wrong, some people can pull that off, like being serious they can. Oh, also next product is, oh no, I don't have the label for it, but it's another Maybelline product. It's their freaking pardon my language. It's their, I don't know, but the wand brush is kind of like a thicker one. It's not waterproof, and it's in black. So I apologize for the lack of information on that. But, you know, and then yeah, I kind of go under, fix up anything that gets kind of super clumpy, and also sometimes from like the creases under my eye, they'll get like cover up. And then also too, I go in on like my waterline. And it might not be sanitary, but yeah, I lick the Q-tip and then clean up all the clumped up mascara that sits on my waterline, so I don't get pink eye or styes. Actually, no, is it styes or pink eye? I don't know, but they're both like the same. Either way, don't want to get nasties in my eye. And yeah, there's me cleaning up the creasing that happens. And then yeah, of course, fix the bang, look good for the video, almost not go over the mirror. And then, like, lastly, I just kind of go in with a brow, not gel, brow mascara in Maybelline's Brow Drama Deep Brown, and sculpt out my lashes, or, oh wow, my eyebrows, because for some reason my one side kind of has a little bit of a lighter patch near the middle than the other, and I want it to look decently even. Thank God for thick brows. But yeah, I use that to kind of control how they look, especially when I haven't trimmed them up in a while. Because, you know, I do that. And then, yeah,